I feel like sometimes even watching my own videos, I get a little bored when it gets to the workout itself. I think it's good. If the beginning intro is blurry, I blame ChatGPT. But if you can't tell, it's day 152. It is now a leg day. Hopefully, mic placement's good. Camera settings are good. It's a little bit different. The last one I was using was just an auto one set by the camera. This one was actual, I went into the settings of the camera and played around with the camera settings. So I hope it looks good. I hope it's focusing. I hope it is just, the white balances is good. I hope it looks clear. So with that being said, we're gonna get started with our workout. Just me today. Really don't wanna do this one, but I don't have to work today. So it's kind of one of those things that I know I have to do it, just like you have to do it. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's video. I'm also going to be trying to cut out the uhs a lot. So, and so's, and buts. Uhs, so's, and buts need to go, okay? I'm just going to start adding more vocal stems, basically. We're going to start with our warm-up. Dang it. Said it already. I don't know what the punishment is today yet. I haven't really thought of one. I'm going to start writing my warm-up out, and then we'll figure stuff out together. I hope the mic levels are better. I hope the camera settings are better. We're playing around with things, trying to make the content better so that we can hit 10,000 subscribers. When we get, by the way, stick around for the end of the video today because we're gonna go back to my place. Chill out. We're gonna go back to my place and write down my goals for the year, and I wanna bring you all along with it. So I kind of did it already yesterday with some of the hybrid crew. We're gonna show it to you guys now. Not all of them because some of them were very personal. That's why I'm gonna make it I bought a whiteboard yesterday. I already kind of like set up the outline of it, but stick around for the end or click to the end just to see what the goals are. And let's get right into the warm up. So we got TKAs again. I love those. Those were actually like, I felt very beneficial. Lat walks. It's about to give me the same workout as Tuesday. Some glute bridges. Okay. And then, okay, body weight box squats. So that's it for the warm up. We're being a little quick today. Like I said, I don't want to do this one, so I'm going to try to knock it out as fast as I can. Haven't eaten yet. It's 1:30. Trying to be good on my diet, but I'm also trying to make the content better. I don't know how I'm going to make the content better. What do y'all want to see? I mean, I know y'all want to see more of the hybrid crew. That's fine. I'm down for that, but I mean, this is my channel. I'm trying to make my channel, you know? What is it y'all think y'all would most be interested to watch? I think I ask that question a lot, and I think I just need to figure it out. All right, we got our workout next. We're going to, what the heck is that? I'm getting ahead of myself. Starting with goblet squats. I think usually I do it heel elevated just to focus on like the quads and not using my hips. I do want to, oh, these are goblet box squats. I'm not even doing box squats today. What? Heck yeah. Okay. All right, it's goblet box squats. Never done that before. I'm down to try some new things. New things this year. We'll talk about a little bit about that later when I'm going to talk about my goals. This one's going to be kind of one of those videos where, I know I'm taking breaks in between this. This is going to be one of those videos where I'm now trying to introduce myself a little bit more into daily vlogs and not just the workout. I'm comfortable with doing my workouts now. I don't feel like it's too hard to edit. I feel like the editing has gotten kind of easy. It's just cuts and adding text. And yeah, it's not to the caliber of like Dan's, but I don't have, not that I'm trying to make excuses. I'm not trying to make excuses, but when you do daily vlogs, which is what we're doing, it's very hard to pick up a level of editing that you need to just make this like extravagant, but it's also hard to like, I'll give you all a little bit of insight. I go home after work at 9 o'clock. I instantly sit down and I start editing. That takes me, when I first started, it took me a solid 3 hours. I've cut it down to an hour and a half just because I know what I want to, like what I'm trying to get, or what point I'm trying to get across, even though I can't get a point across right now. It's gotten easier, so now I'm more open to adding more things throughout the day. Just like I said after this, where we're gonna go home, we're gonna look at the goals, we're gonna play around with the whiteboard that I just bought yesterday so that you guys can all kind of see what my goals are for the year, and so y'all can hold me accountable to those goals as well. Because once this 365-day challenge ends, the channel's not ending, hopefully. I hope not. I'm not gonna let it end. I really do enjoy this. It's something fun, and I hope you guys find it just as entertaining, and it's only gonna go up from here. So, with it being said, subscribe, because it's only going up. Let's get back into writing the workout though. I'm gonna finish writing out the workout so that we're not just sitting here talking the entire time. I have time today. It's my day off, I know, but I could talk for hours if I needed to, but I'm not going to. The thing that I was saying that like it threw me a curveball is it says unilateral knee control, the fix. But then now that I'm reading it, it's like, step downs. This is your popping knee insurance policy. What does that even mean? I'm going to try a little bit of weighted ones today, like holding dumbbells, just because I feel like I got the understanding of it. I just need to, have control. Dumbbell RDLs and single leg glute bridges. We've gotten to the point where now if I just fix my diet, I think I'll hit my goal pretty easily. I have been pretty good about my diet, especially these last couple of days. I don't use ChatGPT to track my calories. I actually use, what's this app called? I use My Net Diary. It works wonders. I wish that that's another thing I need to get into. I need to try to get into some sponsorships. So if y'all have any ideas of good sponsorships that would fit me, drop them in the comments below. Moving on to our very last thing, which I've actually learned to enjoy, is our some wall sits. What I'm supposed to have been doing, which I haven't been doing, which I need to start doing, is abs. So we're just gonna add some crunches. That way we're starting to get my core back under wraps. Well, that's it for the warm-up. Let's get right into the whole workout of it all. All right, I decided anything that I take, like anything I fail on today, just like yesterday where I had to do the dead hangs, that sucked, by the way. My lats are on fire still. Fails. If I have anything that I don't get to, I'm just adding to the wall sit. I think that's a good middle ground. So for the first time ever, we're doing goblet box squats. Never really done them before, but I like it because it's teaching me, again, the squatting position I need to be in compared to when I start to squat right now. I like to let my knees cave at the beginning a little bit and then open back up, and that's where I think that's also stemming that hip problem. When I played with the audio yesterday, I don't know if I got it correct. Ooh, okay. Hey, but one, my quads are already on fire. Two, I didn't feel anything in my knee. I don't know if it popped or not. I have my headphones in, but so I'll find that out in a second I'll find that out whenever I edit this video. But pretty sick. I know this is what I was kind of asking earlier with content wise. Do you guys enjoy the watching the actual workout, or do y'all like because when I first started this journey, I posted almost like every workout, but I just sped it up. And then slowly I was like, well, they don't need to see every rep. I feel like that's just boring to watch. Now, do y'all want a 2-minute clip of me just quickly working out and then going back to talking? Or what is it y'all want to see? Because I feel like sometimes even watching my own videos, I get a little bored when it gets to the workout itself. I feel like it's hard to make a workout entertaining unless you're getting cool angles, which I don't have a camera in here. It's just me and the tripod. So it's at what point do we just give y'all a gist of the workout? Especially if this is going to transfer into daily vlogs where I'm with everybody, I'm doing something. Do I just put a 2-minute workout video in? Basic, not me doing 2 minutes. It's still going to take me my full time. But at the 2 minutes that you just get to see what I did that day and then we move on. Is that a good idea? I don't know. Let me know. I think I like these camera settings better already. So I can do some color grading in DaVinci apparently. I don't know how to do that yet. I think I just have to try it. But I feel like this angles or this setting on the camera is better. All right, that's it for box squats. Okay. That's it for step downs. Now we got some RDLs. I hate leg day. Ever since I started doing leg day, I've been getting injuries in my hips and legs. The common denominator is leg day. All right, time to rake in the views. Oh my gosh, why did my shirt get tucked in? Oh my gosh, what's going on? Oh, that weight was so heavy. All right, single leg glute bridges, wall sits, then crunches, then we're done. I'm ready to be done because I'm hungry. It's 2:30 now. I could spend hours in the gym if I really wanted to, but I need to get a move on. If you haven't noticed, I'm also getting into shorts now. Not wearing shorts. I wear shorts all the time, but YouTube shorts. I'm starting to post those pretty legit, if you ask me, by the way. Those two of my crunches right there. I'm too lazy to get up. We're gonna stay right here. Set number 2. Okay. One more set. Actually, wait, I think this is only supposed to be 2 sets. Oh yeah, it's 2 sets of 10. Oh, my bad. And then 2 wall sits, 45 seconds, and we got some crunches. I'm working on the floor. Should I just go ahead and knock? I'm gonna go ahead and knock out the crunches. 2 sets of 20. We'll turn sideways for you. Working on the abs so that this summer when I have them somehow, when I finally keep my diet locked in, you'll be able to see them and they're gonna look sick. 20. 45 second wall sit. Starts now. I don't know what to do with my hands. 5 more seconds. Oh, okay. I know we're gonna have to film for Dan for college nationals, but I don't know what I'm gonna do for college national. Do I just film Dan's vlogs, but give y'all like the behind the scenes? I think I'll do that. Let's do that. I think that's a good idea. I'll have to ask Dan, but okay. Legs are burning. I'm done talking. Okay. All right, that's it for today. We're just trying new things now. We're really blossoming into the channel, you know. We started at the root, let the roots kind of grow in, and now we're at the stem, and now we're about to be the beautiful flower. That's it for the workout. I will see you guys in a minute for the goal board. So, as you can see, here's the template. I already went and got groceries, so I can erase that in a second. But we have over here our checkbox. What I did was, here's the back of the paper so you can't really see what I wrote. But there's a lot of my goals. Like there's achievements that I had and from 2025. And then we have some winning habits and stuff. So we have our 4 winning habits, what I'll put right here. That's the stuff I want to do almost every single day to try to make my life a little bit better this year. But then right now, we're about to knock out these. So we got the boxes for check marks once we, we'll come back together. And so let's say, I'll go ahead and write down the first one for a good example. We start with a very realistic one. So right now, can't read it. It says hit 20K subs. That one I want to put first because down here, this is gonna have bad handwriting. Don't judge me, but hit 1 million subs. So like this is stuff that I can kind of look through the entire year, and by here, that should be my end of the year goal. So this one should be easy to knock off. Hopefully, that's the plan. We already wrote down the 20K. That's what I want to hit by the end of March. 20K on YouTube, I feel like is very doable by the end of March. Another goal, and some of them are personal goals, so I'm not gonna put them on here. That's just what it is. The next thing we're gonna write down is the goal weight of 220 pounds. I probably should have moved it down a little bit further because getting 220, I'm at 245 right now. Getting to 220 probably is gonna end up being like right here, but this doesn't have to be perfect. We're trying to get the goals written down so that way we have something to play with, you know? Here's an easy one, which I kind of already started, but I'm not gonna check it off until it actually is a consistent thing because I just started it. It's not consistent yet. Is start posting short form content. That's what I really needed to start to do. I feel like that's also what's gonna help us grow. I also just realized that I'm left-handed and I'm kind of erased something right there, and I really hope that I don't start erasing stuff on accident because being left-handed is a blessing and a curse. All right, we're at like 500,000 views. My goal is we're at 500,000 views total, or almost 500,000. We're at like 450. This one should be kind of easy. Hit 1 million channel views. That one I feel like is just still very doable. Could be done by the end of like March. If I'm hitting 20K, I feel like that one comes right after. Because if we're already at almost 500K, I think that's going to be a good indicator where we're at. Now we're getting to like almost middle of the year. This is like the beginning of the year. This is more middle of the year. This is going to be like at the end of the year. Start planning a trip abroad. That one's one of those ones that I've been to like on cruises to Mexico and Aruba and stuff like that, but I actually have never flown internationally. That's something that I feel like is a privilege not a lot of people get, but it's also because it's one of those things that's really hard to get out of the group chat. So that's really what I want to do this year is get a trip out of the group chat that's going to be like, okay, hey, we're going to Japan. Hey, we're going to London. We're going to wherever. Don't know yet. You guys will be a part of that ride though. I mean, that's because like I said, this is going to be like middle of the year. I won't be close to done with my challenge by then. So moving on to our next thing. This one's another thing that's kind of more personal, but it's something I've never done before. And it's something that is more relationship driven. And that's going to be moving with Michaela. Because moving in with Michaela, she finishes up her master's this year. And I know the plan kinda is it's not a set in stone plan, so nobody take this too seriously. But the plan is for her to move down here until my lease is up here in Florida. What we do after the lease is over, could stay here, could move, depending on, the channel. Subscribe. But ultimately, the goal is to start living together with my fiance. Now, we're moving on into our mid-year. So this is like right in the middle. My goal, I know it's a high one, guys. I know it's a high one, but if we can check it off, that would be phenomenal. And that's going to be 200K subs. Middle of the year, that's very doable. Like, I think it is so doable. If me, myself, like, so this is, again, a personal one. You guys can help, obviously. But if I start upping my content, upping the personality, 200K subs in a year, I mean, halfway through a year, could be, it's a push, but so is that. That's a push. It's realistic, not super realistic, Not a lot of people can just hit 1 million subs in a year. Got to try it though, got to have a goal. 200K subs, middle of the year. I think that's a perfect one right there. Okay. Right after 200K, that's where it should be something that follows with it. And that should be solidify my niche, whatever you call it, my niche, my niche, whatever you call it. I don't know the correct pronunciation. It's, whatever it is, I want to solidify it. I think like we saw today that I asked you guys what you want to see. But by 200K subs, I feel like that's where I should kind of have down what I'm kind of doing with the channel, what my plans are for the future and stuff like that. Moving on into the next one, we're going to go ahead and skip down a couple because these are all, it's broken up into quarters basically. Like, I'll show you my paper, but I want you to be able to read it. But it's broken up into 4 quarters: January to March, April to June, July to September, and October to December. So like, that's kind of how I'm breaking these up too. This is going to be in that like April to June. This is moving into that July and September. And by the end of September, I'm thinking, praying, we're working hard, right? 750K subs. Again, very doable, very hard to do, but doable. I just think after this comes that, because then it allows me to like bring in the audience, tell it out, and tell you guys like, hey, the coolest thing would be to be at the end of the year, come back to this board. And because, let me pause in the middle real quick before I get ahead of myself. That's why you can see my front door. You can see my goals and winning habits. And I see this every single day I walk out that door now. That way I have a reminder every single day to come do these. But 750K subs, I feel like at that point, I should be able to solidify what I'm doing to help me hit to that. It's a hard job, and it's hard. Does it sound impossible right now? Yes. But, you got to make the impossible possible. So one big thing that I am going to put on here for next is I've always wanted to go to Japan. So that doesn't play into planning a trip abroad, because the Japan trip is going to happen like way later, but I want to have a savings ready. So start saving for Japan. Well, we'll just keep it there like that. By this time point, I could check that up off as a mock up here. Like, this is like I said, this could be a random order, but the goal is to kind of keep it in this order. Doesn't have to be that perfect, just close to it. Now we're moving into like my fitness goals by the end of the year, because right around here is when my challenge ends. Okay. This is where I should try to get to. I should have probably moved it down to here. But, you know, like I said, we can jump around. It's okay. 220 pounds. But the next thing is create my own brand. I feel like that's one thing that, you know, when you see somebody successful, they've created a brand. They've created something that is, when you associate this thing, you associate it with this person. Perfect example is if you think of Hybrid, you think of Bondi, you think of Dan, you think of that brand. So I want to create my own brand. I think that's one of those things that it just needs to happen. So these last two are going to be towards the kind of end of the year. These are going to be things that, like, they're not out of reach, but they're going to be harder to reach. And that's going to be a little monetary. And again, these are high goals. So, like, you know, very doable if I make it right. I don't want to put a monetary. I'm going to put a monetary goal. Make over 100K. That's really, I feel like, selfish one to put on the board because, again, not a lot of people ever get to that. And it's kind of sad because things pop up, things happen. And if anything, I feel like this is the one that I'm least likely to hit on this board. I think it's very doable, but I also think it's not like I said, I mean, it's a hard one. I mean, I don't really know how to justify that one. It's just one that came to my brain. I've never made over 100K. A lot of people never have. And so I think if I could do that this year, I think it shows that I'm improving in my life, which is the point of this channel. So over 100K, we'll see if it happens. Money's not everything. Okay, this is a big one. This one right before this one. And again, this is gonna be like the one or two things that are very personal. And I feel like I'm getting there, but I'm not there yet. Be comfortable in my own skin. To this day, I still kind of don't. I don't like the way my gut looks. I don't personally like the beard that much. It's a hassle, maintenance. It sucks, especially when it gets itchy. Does it look good? Yeah, I can agree with that. I'm not a big fan of it, but I know if I get rid of it, I have this double chin right here that I'm trying to get rid of first, and I think that comes with that. But I want to be comfortable in my own skin. I'm not trying to blast all my insecurities online, but I want to be comfortable in my own skin. So here's the goals for this year. Let's hit this one really quick, okay? That way we can really just know that we're making the right progress. This board will never, if it happens, it's on accident, nothing gets erased, okay? It shouldn't have to be erased. Now we're gonna move on to the winning habit. And this is gonna be super quick. I know I've been talking a lot. I know this video is gonna be pretty long, actually. I got my Korean tea, I got my coffee, I got milk, I got meal prep. All that stuff's good to go. I can kind of get rid of that real quick. Starting with number one, this is something that kind of pertains to this, and it's going to be save $100 every week. Again, it's winning habits, so that, if I can start saving, I feel like I can build to that 100K. Any chance you'll be willing to pick me up from the airport at 8:40 tonight? Hi, Dan. This is Nick from Nick's video. Sure, I can pick you up at 8:40 tonight. We're gonna pick up Dan tonight, y'all. Anyway, number two. This one should be easy because it already kind of is. I'm gonna flash the apartment a little bit. It's not that clean, but and still very much of clean nature. It's somewhat clean. Okay, and that's number two. Keep my apartment clean. My handwriting is terrible. Maybe that's one thing I should add is work on handwriting. This is another winning habit that also is going to help me in this journey, the weight journey, the YouTube journey. And that's going to be stretching every morning when I wake up. Now, these last two actually kind of pertain to everything. Honestly, all of these this one's kind of personal. The last three pertain to you guys. So it's going to be post some form of content every day. Eventually, in August, my posting every day challenge comes to an end, but that's long form content. Eventually, so when that comes to an end, I want to be posting stuff like shorts, Instagram, TikTok, all of them onto social media still. So there's still going to be post some sort of content every day. Then this is more for at the end of my challenge, whenever we hit the 365 days. That's where we're going to be, okay, we've done it. We've finished the content. Now let's keep building off of that by doing something simpler, which would be short-form content. Like I said, I started making shorts like for YouTube, and it literally takes me not even 3 minutes out of the day. I literally find a clip that I'm like working with in my video, and then I'm like, oh, that's kind of funny. I'll post it. So I literally just export that part, turn it vertical so like that it looks like it's good on a phone, and then boom, and it's done. So that's the entire list. That's it for today. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe so we can go ahead and knock off the 20K subs goal. I will see you all